The older I get, I realize how society grows with our systems. After bashing feminists in my previous videos and how females have changed the way men view relationships, I am finally going to talk about something here that supports women in today's world. After watching Narcos Mexico, one thing is impossible to ignore. Men can be ruthless. They'll do whatever it takes to get what they want. Violence, manipulation, betrayal, power at any cost. For centuries, that's how the game was played. Men were the hunters, soldiers, empire builders. They left the house and went into the world swinging. Women, on the other hand, were at the nest. They created happiness, raised children, held the community together. They were the counterbalance to the chaos. But fast forward to today, those lines are blurred. The nest isn't what it once was, and so many women find themselves in spaces where power, influence, and ambition are required. Yet instead of being allowed to be persuasive, diplomatic, or strategic, society often punishes women for playing the subtle game. When they push forward, they're labeled cold, bitter, even ruthless. The idea that women can't turn off their emotions is a myth. Women can be just as ruthless as men when their backs are against the wall. But there's a double standard at play here. Men are praised for playing the power game, but when women do the same, they're called out for being unfeminine. It isn't that women can't turn off their emotions. It's that emotions have no place in a system built on power plays. So when some women adapt, they harden. They build armor. They sharpen their edges. To some men, it looks like cruelty. To others, it looks like survival. The truth is, ruthlessness is not male or female. It's human. Power corrupts whoever holds it. But when women step into roles that men have dominated for centuries, their ruthlessness looks unfamiliar, even threatening. So let's take a moment to break down this double standard. Why do we praise men for being ruthless but criticize women for the same behavior? Why do we accept violence and aggression from men but call women cold and disgusting when they show ambition? For starters, our entire system is built on male dominance. For centuries, men have been rewarded for being ruthless. They've been praised for their ambition, their drive to dominate. They've been celebrated for their violence, their willingness to use force to get what they want. Our legal system, our economic system, our political system, all of it has been built on the backs of men who played the game by its rules. But what happens when women try to play the same game? When they step into these male-dominated spaces, they're met with resistance. They're labeled with negative terms like cold and bitchy and bossy. They're punished for playing the game by the rules of the game. The thing is, the game isn't fair. It was designed that way. The rules were written by men. So of course they benefit from the system they created, but that doesn't mean women are breaking the rules when they play by them. They're simply operating within the parameters set by society. If we truly want to dismantle this double standard, we need to change the game. We need to rewrite the rules. We need to create a system that rewards women for playing the power game. A system that celebrates their ambition, their drive, their ruthlessness. A system that understands that women are not too emotional for the game. They're too powerful. Because in the end, it's not about gender. It's about survival in a system that demands blood, sweat, and ambition. And the ones who can't adapt, they get swallowed whole. The only problem is the more women who work long hours, gaining power in the corporate world, will ultimately decrease how many babies are born. Women won't be able to manage a nest appropriately and have the time to raise children with the unconditional love children want from their mother. And men aren't bred to be nesters. That's a fact. You know, I remember a conversation I had with my therapist. He said something that really resonated with me. He said sometimes you attract the wrong people because you settle for less than you deserve. And I started thinking, maybe that's why I keep finding myself in relationships that don't work out. Maybe I have a habit of attracting partners who aren't right for me. And then he dropped a truth bomb. He said, if you keep attracting the wrong people, it might not be because you settle for less. It might be because you're actually settling for more than your current circumstances allow. That hit me hard. Like, whoa, I didn't think about it like that.